Alright everyone, today we're playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories in 2025. It's been almost 20 years now since this game's release back in 2006 on PSP. Then in 2007, it was ported over to the PlayStation 2, which is the version that I would recommend if you are interested in playing this game, because the controls on the PSP version were not very good. People talk about the PS2 version, the port not being as good graphically or whatever, but just having that right analog stick to be able to control the camera makes a huge difference. Like, it's not even funny. It's so much better. So that's one thing right off the bat. But for its time, though, like, as a portable Grand Theft Auto experience, it was very impressive what they were able to pull off here. They had to redo the entire Vice City map in a completely different engine, because the original engine that ran Vice City and also GTA 3 could not really run on the PSP. So with Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, they had to use it in a different engine, but it still feels exactly like Grand Theft Auto. It feels the way that a GTA game should be, with very few compromises, at least very few compromises that severely impact the gameplay experience. And the gameplay, the driving, the mission structure, it's all what you would expect from a Grand Theft Auto game. And I think, honestly, it's pretty cool to play this game, like, before you play Vice City, because I imagine a lot of people are interested in playing the OG Vice City again because of GTA 6 being set in Vice City. Well, Vice City Stories actually is a prequel to the original Vice City, and includes characters that were featured in Vice City and also original characters that were not, and is a really good companion piece to GTA Vice City. It's obviously going to be very inconsistent because Vice City got the remaster treatment while this game never did. So it's going to be a little bit jarring to go to this and then play Vice City. It's not going to feel exactly the same, but still, yeah, I think it's a pretty good game overall. I actually haven't beat it yet, because there are so many other games that I wanted to play instead of this game, and then when you get to the halfway point, it becomes just a slog to get through, because you have to grind all these, like, business building missions where you have to, like, just keep grinding the same shit over and over and over again, and you need to do that in order to progress through the story. So that's kind of like the point that I'm at right now, and it's just completely slowed down the pacing of the game, because let's say you want to start a prostitution business, you have to pick up the prostitutes and keep doing it over and over again, like 10, 15 different times, and it could take like an hour to actually complete that portion alone, and then you have to build a bunch of other businesses. I think you need like 5 or 10 in order to progress through the story, and I only have like 1, so, oh, yeah. So that's why I never really got through it, but I think if you have the patience and you have the time, I think it's worthwhile, because it does have a pretty interesting story, and it is a good Grand Theft Auto game. There are a lot of fun missions that you can play, and the open world itself is just as vibrant and full of life as the original Vice City game. So I think the easiest way to play it is probably on the PS2 emulator, PCSX2, because pretty much anyone can run PS2 emulator at this point. I've even seen people able to run, like, pretty good on Android. So that's probably the easiest and most accessible way. Get a controller in there, obviously, like what I use. I use a Series X controller on the PS2 emulator, and it works perfectly. There are some graphical glitches and issues that pop up every now and then. Some of it's caused by the emulator, some of it's caused by the original game. You're going to notice some things, like it's not going to look perfect, and there's going to be some minor problems here and there, but nothing that's even close to being considered game-breaking. But it's definitely shown its age. But so has any GTA game that's come out before Grand Theft Auto 4, I think it's safe to say. You can watch my playthrough of the game. I'm going to leave a link to it in a pinned comment, and I promise I'm going to actually continue it, because I haven't uploaded in a couple of months. I really want to get it back and start it again very soon, and eventually finish it, so then I can go to Vice City, and then I can go to, like, San Andreas, you know? Like, I really want to continue on and do Let's Plays of multiple Grand Theft Auto games, and not just Vice City Stories. But, it's pretty solid in 2025, especially if you're, like, a hardcore GTA fan. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a little jarring, and not necessarily a great time for you, but it's gonna scratch that itch before we get GTA 6, definitely. And the whole dynamic of the protagonist, Victor Vance, being someone who's actually not a bad guy. Because your typical GTA protagonist is just some crazy psychopath, sociopath, that just doesn't give a shit about how many people he kills and what he does. But Victor Vance actually starts out as a really good guy. He gets kicked out of the army, though, because he gets set up and framed for just bullshit, for something he didn't even do. I mean, he technically did it, but the guy who told him to, that was also in the military, is the one that set Victor up. And it's a whole story of him just he's making money to support his family. He's not doing it for the thrill. He's not doing it for, completely self-centered reasons. He actually does care, and he has a heart. And I think that is what makes this a unique Grand Theft Auto experience, because I can't think of another GTA protagonist that really fits that bill of being actually, just an all-around good guy. But that's Victor Vance, and that's the story of Vice City Stories. Let me know if you ever played this game before, and if you've ever played it recently, and how would you rank it among all the Grand Theft Auto games?